The fourth spiritual practice of Oneness New Thought is envisioning. Envisioning is the use of imagination and creative thought to explore concepts and ideas that inspire spiritual vision and an unattached inner state of expectancy. So what does that mean? Well, how many times do we try to convince ourselves that we can predict the future? And how often are we right? And so rather than this being some casting our gaze out into the future and being able to tell what's going to happen next, what we do is we take our spiritual principles and we apply them creatively and use our imagination to imagine how many infinite number of brilliant ways something that we desire to experience could possibly unfold. And we do that to help us create a vision so that when we are kind of stuck in our yuckiness, we have something to turn away from that and to turn toward. It's okay to turn away from our yuckiness, but if we don't have anything to turn toward, it's very difficult for us to maintain a practice where we're not caught up in all of that stuff. And so we also aren't envisioning or creating an image in our mind that we believe that God is going to replicate in our life precisely. We don't have that measure of power. The measure of power we have is to inspire the law to create the inner goodness that we feel as we envision what the future might behold. And so we have to lean into this idea that there is an expectancy, not an expectation, but an expectancy that whatever happens, it will have that same internal good sense of feelingness that we desire as we use our imagination to contemplate how that might happen. And I encourage people to envision a lot. And the reason for that is because you don't just want to get your mindset on one single expectation of the way that things are supposed to go. Because the moment that something doesn't seem to be going that way, we lose our way or we devalue and dismiss our faith. Rather, I use reflection to imagine as many powerful, different, magnificent ways that the goodness could unfold. And I'm totally unattached to any one of them happening, because what I know is that when I'm in that space of feeling the presence of the divine unfolding the future of my experience, that it is a good one. And that it's driven by my feelings, my inner feelings that I cultivate and bring up within myself when I use my imagination to look at all the positive possibilities that could exist out in the future, thereby creating a sense within me that's excited and enthusiastic about the future without having to feel like it has to unfold a very specific kind of way. And that's how I receive the future as it arrives, with grace and with power and with expectancy that there's good.